Hello, my name is Elizabeth Hall, and today I'm going to be showing you the main features of real-time Word that you need to know in order to get started with using it in your classrooms. So the very first thing I want to do is log in to my account, and I have an account set up so that I can use the educational license, and that allows me to use a lot of the pro features that are not given to you in the free version or the trial version. So very first thing, I want to go to my board, and this is for my Theoretical Foundations class that I'm working with Dr. Zhang, who is a linguistics professor here at the University of Akron. And so here you can see that I'm starting to build the online portion of this course. So just to show you real quick what you can do, right here I have a question space on a post-it note, and to put a post-it note on your board, all you need to do is click on this button, and there you go, you have a post-it. You can begin to type on that post-it note here, and it will resize it for you. And that's pretty cool. Now, if I wanted to make sure that that stayed on the board, I could lock it. And so here you can see this is locked. That means that nobody can move it or change it in any way. And all I need to do is unlock it to go back and edit it. So now I want to show you kind of how you can, the different kinds of files you can put into your real-time board. So here you can see that I have some saved files. This is the particular PowerPoint presentation that is up here. And now you can also see that you can upload a document or image with a link. You can capture a web page. You can go to YouTube and find a YouTube video. You can go to Google Images, and you can go to Vimeo. There are several sources where you can pull data and information from, which makes this really nice in the sense that you can have a lot of different content for students to review. So here I'm going to upload a PowerPoint that my professor would like to have embedded in there that will help with week 2. So I'm going to go into my files now and just go ahead and get that up and working. So here you can see that I've just clicked on the file, and it's now going to upload into the space. And so right here you can see that there is a yellow bubble. So with that you can see that there's a comment from a student. Where did the lecture slides for week 2 go? Now I'm adding them right now, so I can just directly reply to that person and say, these slides are now on the site. And they'll get a notification in their inbox to say exactly what I just said. And now I can make that go away. It's kind of just minimizes into that little yellow bubble there. And while that's uploading, oh, there it is, I can also adjust the size of it here to fit my board space. And so as you can see, there's actually a way for me to just view this PowerPoint seamlessly in the application itself without having to download it or to go through each particular slide and find what I'm looking for. So I can just go through the slides one by one. And I could download this once it's done. I could add it to my saved files, which I'm going to do. I can lock this. And here I'm going to show you just what sort of objects you can put in here. So with this you can go into shapes, and here I want to have an arrow to go to read where I want students to read the objectives and lecture slides from week 2. And now I could make this all fancy. As you can see in this drop-down menu, I can have a variety of styles for the lines. I can do different colors and things like that. So you can make this really very visually appealing for your students. And as you can see, you can also add links to outside sources. Right here I have, students are going to be using a Wikio site, so we're going to put that down here, and we'll also have Springboard linked here as well. So you can really have quite a bit of information just in that one little space. And you can upload videos, you can add different files, as we said before. So really you could have several resources linked on one space, and in that same space students can create their graphic organizers, for example. That's what the Do Next is going to be, that they're going to create a graphic organizer to talk about the different principles of language teaching and learning, or different parts of the module that they need to represent with their presentations. So they can do that in that same board space, or they can create a board and they can share their screen. So really what they can do is take a screenshot of this entire board and share it with another person, or they can export the board. I can save it as an image, PDF. You can download the board as a backup or save to your Google Drive. So this is very easily accessible from a number of different places. And up here, I can invite collaborators. So as you can see, I've already invited Dr. Zhang to see what I've been doing with this second week of the course. And I've also added myself. I could add people from my address book and my email, or I could add straight email addresses that I have. I can also change the setting on here so that these particular people can either view or edit this board, and this is very important with some instructional purposes. Or in any event, instructors can decide if they want students to only view the content or if they can edit the content themselves. So I might have a board that is strictly just information like this, where they can review it and talk about it on a different board, and they can also create a project on a different board. But as you can see, there's a lot of space to work, and so I really could have all the students working in the same space. And that is just one part of real-time board. So I want to also show you some different parts of frames. So as you can see, we are now full screen. And now we're back to the regular screen. This is important when students are actually working. They might want to have the space enlarged or something like that. And there are also, we also have templates that we can use to make our board interesting. So let me go back to my home page. When I go to create a new board, I'm given the choices of templates. So depending on what kind of concept you're teaching or what sort of skill you want your students to learn, you can choose a different template to fit the task and the content you're teaching. So here, and they even tell you what these particular charts are used for. So for this one, this is a project timeline. We can see just exactly how much time each of these different tasks will take, and this is a really good visual for students. So that's just one example. But they can go, I mean, there's so many different possibilities with us. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and I hope you begin to use real-time board in your classroom.